You know how iPhone's so messy and it just pops up old photos. I started seeing old pictures of like me and my ex. Not one ex, not two ex. Even a little situationship picture up in there. Here I am trying to move on into a new relationship. And I ain't even deleted the pictures of my exes out of my phone.
Time to myself and refocus, cause I'm like a lotus and I'm about to bloom, so little baby give me room. You say you wanna see me winning, baby, let me do it.
Being single really has forced me to look at myself, because the ugly truth is you only attract what you are. And I would not have found those people attractive if I wasn't in the same place. Yeah, we can sit here and say, oh, that person was toxic, or they were this and they were that, but it's so many things that attracts you to a person that you don't even realize. Like for one, trauma bonds. Sometimes because we haven't dealt with trauma or past hurt, it instantly links you together, because you're like, this person seems familiar. How they treat me is familiar. But in reality, it's just a trauma bond. Sometimes you're dealing with similar traumas and you don't even realize it. Abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, insecurities. That's an unhealthy bond. Codependency. Oh man, I can go on and on, okay? Like, it's so many things that link you with people. And it doesn't mean that they're a bad person. It doesn't mean that you're a bad person. But because you have those similar unhealthy issues that you haven't dealt with, you're attracting the same type of person. I made a vow to myself to deal with my relationship residue. Because the next relationship, listen, okay? They're going to have dealt with their relationship residue. And I'm going to have been dealt with my relationship residue. I'm not going to allow the previous relationship to affect my new relationship, because those things will come out if you don't deal with it. Just like trauma, you try to suppress it, you try to bury it, but those things are gonna come out. My last dating situation, it was a little rocky towards the ending, because it was like a lot of questions weren't answered. Just a lot of things going on, but I had a lot of things going on my part. But for one, at the time, my ex was reaching out to me. My ex was reaching out to me, and I just started to think like, what? Like, leave me alone, dude. Leave me alone. This is the first thing I thought, like, leave me alone. The second thing I thought about was, you know, these exes sure know you're moving on. They sure know you're moving on. But I thought to myself, if my ex is reaching out to me, I know for a fact his ex is reaching out to him. But I'ma trust him. I'ma trust, and I'm not saying I discovered anything, you know, that I can prove, but it just allowed me to take accountability for my own actions. I don't have time to be lurking, searching, investigating nobody else missed if I haven't dealt with my own. So that convicted me to talk to my ex. Even though leaving him alone was so justified, it wasn't me leaving him alone, it was how I left him alone. And I owned up to that. I was like, you know, I never really just closed this chapter. Here he is calling me thinking that, oh, she just need her space and she'll come back around. But no, I needed to let him know, listen, it's over. No more back and forth, no relationship ever. And it felt good to talk, and I just told him that I recognized that we had a lot of codependency. I mean, when it got to the end of our relationship, we were literally trying to see what we could get out of one another. It was no love. It was literally, what can I get out of you? And what can you get out of me? That's all it was. And I told him that's not right. I told him we had a lot of unhealthy issues, and I told him about the trauma that I had been dealing with. And when you dealing with trauma and you put a toxic relationship on top of that, issues gonna come out, y'all. They're gonna come out. But it feels so good to close that chapter, to be mature and let the person know, hey, listen. Now, I'm not gonna say he got the hint, because eventually I did have to like block him And that wasn't to be mean, but it was like to protect him and to protect me, because I'm done. I'm not going back and forth. I'm not backtracking, okay? Especially to a toxic relationship, okay? I can see if, you know, we ended on fair terms and, you know, we just wrong time, right person type of thing. But if I went through some mess with you, and y'all, I went through some mess with the ex, y'all. I literally got to my last little bit of love that I had with the ex, and then I tried to take that little bit of love that I had left and start a whole nother relationship. I needed to get that to myself. I needed to deal with myself. I needed to fill my cup, okay? And so, examine your relationship residue. That's all it is. It just gives you the opportunity to fill your cup, because you've been in so many situations, relationships that have been draining that cup, poking holes in that cup. It's leaks that you haven't even discovered. So I've dealt with mine. I'm continuing to deal with mine, and I challenge you to deal with your relationship residue before you start something new, because God has a divine relationship for you. You just have to discover what you need to work on. Because when you get in a relationship, you want to be whole. You don't want to be 50-50. Ain't no 50-50 around here. It's 100-100, okay? Maybe more than that, okay? Because when we get together, our cup is going to overflow. We're not going to have to pour into each other. We can pour into each other, but it won't be taken away from what we have already worked on. It'll be, I may know something you don't know, or you may know something I don't know. And we teaching each other along the way, but it shouldn't be your cup empty, my cup full, my cup half, your cup half. Your cup should be full and my cup should be full, because what? It causes a what? A overflow. Okay? So I pray for anybody that's listening to this video, because it's not easy dealing with your relationship residue. It's a challenge. It can get emotional. It's rough. It's rough, because now you have to face your issues. Now you have to not only face your issues, but now you have to do the work. And that work is not easy, I promise you. So I just pray for anybody that's listening to this that desires a higher commitment. And I pray that you get through it. I pray that you are able to self-evaluate, reflect, and work on it. Because it's manageable. It can be worked on. It definitely can be worked on. And you can change. You can definitely change it, but you have to change it. It can't be you forcing somebody to change themselves, or they have to force you. It literally takes for you to examine your own issues and work on them. So be blessed, be wise, and be mindful, and keep God first. Consult him in all you do. When you recognize, okay, I got an issue with something, ask him to help you with that. Ask him to help, because we don't know how to deal with it. Because I mean, for one, we didn't even know we had it. So now we have these issues that we have to work on. So ask God. I'm asking God to help me with my issues. I can't do it alone. I cannot do it alone. It's a challenge. So God bless, and see y'all next time.
But I'm home now, sitting on my throne now. I'm not asking you to bow